If you're planning to get tested for COVID, the city of San Antonio says you may have to wait a little longer before you get results. Metro Health says it's expecting some delays. Metro Health says folks should expect to wait 2 or 3 days before getting their results back. They say it should only be temporary. The city opened 2 mass testing sites last week at Alamo Colleges and Palo Alto College. St. Philip's College opened today. All the sites will be open for testing from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Metro Health is also opening 3 more mass testing sites this week at the Yates, Melendez, and Copernicus community centers. The Bexar County Sheriff Office and several other agencies are hosting a drive-through COVID testing and vaccine clinic today. It started at 6:30 this morning and will run until 5:30 p.m. in front of the Bexar County Adult Detention Center on North Comal Street. You do not need an appointment. If you're getting a booster shot, make sure you bring your vaccination card with you. The Centers for Disease Control say 99% of Americans live in areas at high risk of infection from COVID, and hospitalizations are up more than 30%. Danya Bacchus reports from Los Angeles, where county officials recorded a record number of new cases yesterday with more than 45,000 cases.
National Guard members are helping out at COVID testing sites in Southern California.
Can I have you lower your mask down below your nose?
The governor announced a new emergency response package to deal with the COVID surge, including $1.5 billion to bolster testing.
Everybody's going through tremendous stress.
Parents are rushing to get their children tested before Los Angeles schools reopen Tuesday. A negative test is required to return.
Yeah, they're trying to go back to school. So, because since I was tested positive last week.
Nationwide, pediatric COVID hospital admissions have jumped in recent weeks. They're now averaging 824 children per day. 2-year-old Jameston Rogers is in the intensive care unit at Texas Children's Hospital.
It was devastating, but it just seems like everybody have it.
Health experts point out the numbers include children who are in the hospital for other reasons.
Just because there's so much of it out there in the community, you're going to have some people who come in, a kid with a broken arm who just happens to have COVID.
And in Chicago, the teachers union held a car caravan advocating for remote learning. The city canceled classes for a 4th day as the standoff over COVID-19 testing and protocols continues. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The Chicago Teachers Union says one of the sticking points is when to switch individual schools from in-person classes to remote learning if there's a COVID outbreak. American Airlines is doubling down on its requirements for unvaccinated employees. Those workers must now submit weekly health declarations, wear face masks at all times, and practice social distancing where possible. The airline had set a vaccine mandate deadline of January 4th, but legal challenges stalled the enforcement process. Several cruise ships are being docked because of an ongoing surge in coronavirus cases. Royal Caribbean says it's pausing operations on 4 ships, including one that's being used to quarantine crew members who test positive for COVID. The earliest any of the ships will return to service is January 29th.